Right Now is an up-tempo 1962 jazz pop song with music by Herbie Mann and lyrics by Carl Sigman. As a jazz instrumental, it was the title track of Right Now, a 1962 bossa nova-style album by Mann. Later that same year, with lyrics by Sigman, the song was popularized by jazz singer Mel Torme on his album Comin' Home Baby, and was the B-side of the single featuring the title track. It has since been covered in a variety of pop styles, including recordings by Siouxsie Sioux and her second band The Creatures, who scored a top 15 hit single in the UK charts in 1983 and the Pussycat Dolls in 2005. Selective list of recorded versions. 1962 Herbie Mann. Jazz instrumental on the album Right Now. 1962 Mel Torme. Jazz vocal version on the album Comin' Home Baby. 1969 Selena Jones. On the album The Moment of Truth. 1983 The Creatures. Siouxsie Sioux's second band. Added an introduction. UK. Single also on the album A Best Theory of the Creatures. 2005 The Pussycat Dolls. On the hit album PCD. 2008 Leon Jackson. On the hit album Right Now. The Creatures version. The Creatures, aka singer Siouxsie Sioux and drummer Budgie, recorded a cover version of Right Now in 1983. Co-produced by Mike Hedges. It was released as a single by Polydor Records on 8 July 1983. Their version, recorded in 60s style with a brass section. Gary Barnacle on saxophone, Peter Toms on trombone and Luke Tunney on trumpet and timpani. Later peaked at No. 14 in the UK singles chart, leading to an appearance on BBC's Top of the Pops. The Creatures version started with a distinct introduction, with Siouxsie clicking her fingers to mark the tempo. She also added the "Palala Pam Pam" that she sings before the arrival of the congas. These special arrangements were not present in the initial version by Mel Torme. They were created by The Creatures. Pussycat Dolls would later record another version of Right Now, with this distinct introduction, arranged by Siouxsie and her partner Budgie. The Creatures single was hailed by critics at the time. Melody Makers Paul Colbert said in his review, "The Creatures slipped through an unlocked back window, ransacked the place and left with the best ideas in a fast car. Like all the greatest criminal minds, they strike without a warning and only they know the plan. We have to piece the clues into a cover story. From the earliest seconds of Right Now, you know you're on shifting ground." Siouxsie bapping away to the noise of her own fingers clicking until Budgie barges in with congas on speed. Christ, which way is this going? The one direction you don't expect is a vagrant big band coughing out drunken bursts of brass in a starlight room of its own making. Budgie and Siouxsie, the Fred and Ginger of the wayward world. Number One's Paul Burch also shared the same point of view and wrote a big blast of 60s swing laced with a deft 80s touch, sung by none other than the graceful Siouxsie. Releasing a cover version of Mel Torme's classic is about the most alternative thing The Creatures could have done. And it works. The siren really sounds great as layer after layer of multi-tracked voice get going. And wait for the video. A gold-plated hit for sure. The video, featuring Siouxsie covered in golden powder, was directed by Tim Pope. The Creatures version of Right Now was included in the soundtrack of My Best Friend's Birthday, an early work of film director Quentin Tarantino. The Pussycat Dolls version, Right Now, was covered by American girl group The Pussycat Dolls for their debut studio album, PCD, 2005. The Dolls used the arrangements that singer Siouxsie and her band The Creatures had brought to the version in 1983. including the introduction with the Palala Pam Pam sung by the female singers, and the clicked fingers that marked the tempo. These arrangements were not present on the original version by Mel Torme. The Dolls version was released on the 23rd of January 2007 via iTunes as a digital downloadable single. Right Now is the first single the Dolls have released endorsing a product or show. As of February 2007, Right Now is being used as the alternate opening and bumper theme to the NBA on ABC in the United States. For the NBA version, the lyrics were slightly reworked, possibly by the Dolls' lead singer Nicole Scherzinger. In the original album version, Carmite Batcher sings the second verse and Melody Thornton sings the ad-libs at the end of the song. The NBA version is sung entirely by Scherzinger. Before it started on the 24th of September 2006. ABC used this song to promote the first episode, Listen to the Rain on the Roof, of the third season of Desperate Housewives. Notes. Right Now by Mel Torme, 1962 on YouTube, retrieved on the 2nd of May 2012. Right Now by Siouxsie and her second band, The Creatures, 1983 on YouTube, retrieved on the 2nd of May 2012. Right Now by the Pussycat Dolls, 2006 on YouTube, retrieved on the 18th of May 2009.